What's up guys, thank you and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tita and thank you for you being there. For my returning viewers, thank you for your love, support, and remember to like, share, and also comment. My friend from Canadian countries, thank you. I love you so much. And I would like to dive deeper in this video, so kindly please be with me. Thank you.
In lane 5 is one of the great Polish heroines, Ewa Swoboda, former European indoor champion. Posters everywhere, massive posters of her everywhere across the city of Katowice. She's right in the middle of the 9 athletes as well. They set it up for her. Jenna Prandini, well, she's a great 200-meter runner, has a best of 10.9, the American. Hasn't had a vintage season by her standards. 7th in the London Diamond League before the games, hasn't raced since then. Natasha Morrison of Jamaica, 11-1 this year, but she's a 10.85 athlete. Bas Bitaye of Gambia, she goes in lane 3, semi-finalist in the Olympic Games at 200 meters. Then Tamari Davis, 2nd in Lausanne and 2nd in Monaco just before the game. She's a very consistent racer as the 21-year-old American. Best of 10.8. Yeah, and there is Swoboda. How they love her. Silver medalist at the World Indoors in Glasgow back in March behind Julian Alfred. And that wasn't a bad person to lose to, seeing as Alfred went on to become Olympic champion. Marie-Josée Talou-Smith of the Côte d'Ivoire. I'm sure she races more than anybody on the whole circuit. A prolific racer. 4th in Lausanne, 11.07. Still in good form, the 35-year-old. Daryl Neta of Great Britain. 4th in the Olympic 100, 5th in the 200. So frustrated with those, although she got a silver from the sprint relay. Tia Clayton, 7th in the Olympic Games. The Jamaican silver medalist. Only a youngster, just 20 years old. And Patricia van der Weken of Luxembourg completes the lineup. She's a late addition, I think, because when I travelled here a couple of days ago, I was chatting to a certain Dina Asher-Smith at the airport as we were waiting for our bags. Dina announced yesterday she was pulling out of this meeting. I'm not sure if she's felt a niggle or if she's just not feeling 100%, but Dina flew here to Poland but is not competing tonight. So the meeting record, well, it's a rather impressive one. I'm not sure we'll see an extra one added in this race. 10.66 by Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce of Jamaica a couple of years ago. But 3 Olympic finalists go here. And all eyes on Swoboda in lane 5. There she is, real powerhouse. She's a tremendously quick starter. Look for her to probably lead at halfway and then maybe to get run down. Can she stay ahead though to send everyone home on a high, with Mondo of course 2 more attempts at that world record in the vault to come. Well, a really good start from Tamari Davis there, 4th from right. Swoboda's got some running to do here yet. I don't think she's going to win this one. Really good running on the near side too from Tia Clayton. Tia Clayton takes it there on the near side, I think. Probably the shortest athlete in the race and the youngest at 20. The Jamaican in lane 8, I think, just nicked that. 10.81. Well, it is super fast. That's the 5th fastest time in the world this year. And for Clayton, it is indeed a new lifetime best by a pretty big chunk. 10.83 she's given, in fact, but it is nonetheless a lifetime best. Swoboda didn't get her usual bullet start from lane 5. Wasn't able to get the blood up for the crowd through the first half at least. But Clayton, well, she's similarly small in stature, but boy, did she hold her form well through the second half and just hung on there because it was really tight, Hannah. I don't think there was a lot in it. Let's have a look at the times. 10.83, 10.83, 10.84 for the first 3.
Gold in Doha in the 100 metres as well, and here she lines up in an unfamiliar scene for her. She's not a massive kind of indoor athlete, is she? But this is a great place for her to start the season.
She doesn't do a lot of indoors, but again, some athletes, they just choose not to. But the Mommy Rocket, as she calls herself these days, is a phenomenal, incredible athlete. And you know what her start's like. Blistering. She'll put everyone under pressure from the get-go, but it'd be nice to see how she gets on, and it's great for the Glasgow crowd to see her.
And Amy Hunt in lane 8 is an athlete with huge potential. She is the fastest ever 17-year-old, well, she was last year before she turned 18, in the world. That is a title that's held in the men by Usain Bolt. So, of course, the comparisons are there. And she gauged her season and kind of very well last year. Many people thought she might end up going to Doha. She didn't, and she's qualified to go to Cambridge as a student next year. She's got an incredibly bright future on many fronts, but athletics certainly, Denise.
Very promising youngster, but listen, she's got to learn, she's got to use this experience. She's next to Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, and so she have to draw on all these experiences to make her a better athlete. This is just the start for her.
Okay, well, let's see how she does in exalted company, Andrew Cotter.
Yes, what a race we have here. What a rarity to have Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and Muriel Ahuri lining up against each other, alongside each other. That's a gift to Glasgow to have Fraser-Pryce here for her only indoor meeting of the year. So rarely runs indoors, but Amy Hunt goes in lane 8. Again, I think she knows that this is a good test for her, because she said that her 20 to 30 metres, first 20 to 30 metres, the worst part of any race she runs. But anyway, Amma Pippi, the Enfield and Haringey athlete who's been studying in Oklahoma, won over 200 metres in Vienna a fortnight ago, had a good race with Amy Hunt in London over 60 metres last month, a fraction between the two of them. Katarzyna Sokolska of Poland is in lane 2, strong Polish contingent at this meeting. Maja Michalinic of Slovenia made the final of the European Indoors here last year. Good run in Torun in Poland last weekend behind the American Shania Collins. And then the noise that will welcome one of the greatest athletes of all time, twice Olympic champion, 4 times world champion over 100 metres. Says that Tokyo will be her final Olympics. She's going to double up there over 100 and 200, but she's almost designed for 60 metres here. They met in the World Indoors in 2014, where Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce won her only World Indoor title, beating Ahuri into second place. But Ahuri, World Indoor champion in Birmingham 2 years ago. Natasha Morrison of Jamaica, her first indoor race this season. Again, it's just not a well-trodden path from Jamaica to the indoor scene in Europe in the winter, but a strong Jamaican contingent here today. Naomi Sedney of the Netherlands, often a stalwart of the Dutch 4x100 squad, with the likes of Jamila Samuel and Daphne Schippers. And then Amy Hunt, still just 17, enormous potential. European junior title last year. This year's a World Junior Championship year. She's got that to decide on, as well as whether to go to Cambridge or Loughborough. Is it going to be World Junior Championship or Olympics? Again, you have to think perhaps of the long term as well, but she is running world-class times now. 60 metres, not perhaps her strength, though she knows that. It's just a chance here to test her first 20-30 metres against some of the best, and perhaps the very best of all time in women's sprinting. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce in lane 4, Muriel Ahuri in 5. Ahuri has not lost an indoor race over 60 metres since 2014, when she gave second best to the woman alongside her, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. The women's 60 metres. Cleanly away, and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is outsmarted of all. Muriel Ahuri is going strongly also, but she can't quite get back there. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce takes it. 7.16 for the victory, just ahead of Muriel Ahuri. Natasha Morrison was up there as well for third, but Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce gets that victory, a rare victory, a rare defeat rather, for Muriel Ahuri. It's not a rare victory for Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. She just doesn't race indoors, but when she comes to race indoors over 60 metres, she invariably wins. Ahuri has to give second best again to the great Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, and again, if it's to be her only indoor race this season, which she says it is, then it's a nice way to do it.
Yeah, this is always interesting, you know, Andrew, when athletes such as Shelly-Ann comes out to decide to run just a one-off race. I'm always interested to see what kind of condition that they're in, and you can imagine right now she's still in that building phase, so she'd be pretty strong in the weights room, and again, that's been demonstrated because she thundered out the blocks. It's what we expected to see and do, but watch this out of the blocks. Good rhythm, isn't she? Hard, straight into that floor. But as I say, there's those little extra technical elements that come over the 100-metre preparation, which you don't really demonstrate over 60. So for me, this is just fantastic to see her here, enjoying the indoor running and really showing the crowd of her expertise.
There's the contrast. We know that she's a 60-100 sprinter, really. That's where her strength lies. 200, she's very, very good, but perhaps she just starts to get relatively weak. And when you see Hunt again on the replay, you can't see her here, but she was starting to come back into things a little bit. So some are designed for 60s and 100s and others for...
But what she needs here is very similar to the script that she needed for the 100. Have a better start and turn than she did in the semifinals, and then she's got to set a personal best just to contend with this field, because behind her, she has the fastest woman this year in Gabby Thomas, and 2 behind her, she has Julian Alfred, who is also dangerous. She's the NCAA champion, and she has a faster personal best. And that's before we talk about the fastest woman alive at 200, Shericka Jackson, who will be behind them all in lane 6.
Hey, Son, how about this as we look at Gabby Thomas of the United States? The U.S. women have not won a world championship at 200 meters since the great Allyson Felix in 2009.
That blows my mind to think of that stat.
It surprised me too.
That blows my mind. And Otto, you have kind of convinced me that Gabby Thomas could be a co-favorite in this event. She has the perfect lane draw out in lane 8. She can chase Sha'Carri, the weakest part of her race. She's going to be able to chase the world champion and then get on the straightaway quicker than anybody else and go to her strength, the final 100 meters. So could tonight be the night that the final 100 meters. So could tonight be the night that the Team USA is restored as champion? We'll see.
I just feel like Gabby Thomas has not been challenged so far in a big race. She blew away U.S. Nationals, but this one on your screen is the favorite for a reason. 21-4, disappointed in the 100. She has everything to run for here. And only Gabby Thomas has run faster this year at 200 meters.
And make no mistake about it,
She's at 6. Yeah, she can see everybody in front of her.
29-year-old Jamaican wants a little bit of revenge on that woman right there, Sha'Carri Richardson, because Shericka Jackson thought for a second she had won the World 100-meter title. It didn't happen. She was shocked by Richardson. Here's Gabby Thomas. As Sonia told us, she's got fresh legs. No 100 for her.
Here's the NCAA champion, Alfred. Does she have one more big race in her?
Daryl Needham of Great Britain.
After making the Olympic 100 final, now she's made a world final.
This is Dina Asher-Smith, her teammate who reigned supreme in 2019, but has had injury issues since. She was only 8th in the 100, so what can she do here? And also rounding out the field there, that's Mary-José Talou. I mean, a picture of consistency, guys. She's been one of the best female sprinters in the world for over a decade. Unfortunately, was in that 4th spot again in the 100 meters, and a tough lane draw for her there in lane 2.
One thing is for sure, I feel like the medals are going to come from the outside lanes.
We keep saying it, we haven't had a bad final yet in the field event or on the track, and this is guaranteed to be another buzzworthy performance.
The 2 American women are side by side in lanes 8 and 9. Gabby Thomas in 8, and right here Sha'Carri Richardson, the 100-meter world champion in 9. Champion in 9. Women's 200 final away. Shericka Jackson, Sha'Carri Richardson on the outside has already been passed. Here comes the world champion Jackson. Shericka Jackson into the home straight. She has put her stamp on this event. She's going to go back-to-back for Jamaica. The first since Marlene A. And she crosses in 21:41. Wow! That is a meet record.
She is getting closer to Flojo's world record. She is now just 7/100ths of a second away as Gabby Thomas gets the silver and Sha'Carri hands on for her 2nd medal at these Worlds.
That wasn't even close, Otto, and I could tell the way that she ran the 100, she was in the middle of the track, all of her chief competition in front of her, she executed to perfection. We just witnessed the 2nd fastest time ever run, and it was at a world championship final. Oh my goodness, just phenomenal running for these women.
Look at Gabby Thomas, her mouth is wide open, she can't believe it. It's Jamaica, the United States, and 0.4 of a second in sprinting is a mile.
That is as big
of a margin
of victory as you will see in a sprint event in history at these World Championships. We'll crunch the numbers, but wow, for a race that we thought, well, maybe somebody gets close, no contest, Jackson by a mile.
And that's the last time you convinced me to change my favorite. Shericka Jackson looked amazing, but Otto, you also called it. Sha'Carri Richardson would need to run a personal best, and she did, and she got a bronze medal. So she's leaving here with a gold and a bronze. This is a phenomenal first world championship for the young superstar.
So here's another look. Shericka Jackson, fourth from the left.
Well, Serena Cole, she ran so well, didn't she, in that 100 meters? She's gonna lead the Jamaican squad off. Gonna have the Clayton sisters, Tina, 100-meter champion. We're gonna have Tia, her sister. Then we're gonna have Karika Hill. She looks one of the hot favorites for the women's 100-meter hurdle titles. That one, of course, is going on tomorrow. Well, we can see from 8, Australia, Italy 7, United States 6, Colombia 5, Jamaica 4, Great Britain 3, Germany 2, Switzerland 1. Well, here we go. This is the women's 4x100 meter final. Look at Jamaica. They've started off well. Let's always look at those baton changes. Well, the Jamaican change is a good one. And America are going pretty well there in lane 6, but this is all about Jamaica. Well, Colombia, oh, they were struggling with that baton a little bit there. Well, it does look like it's Jamaica from the United States, Great Britain and Northern Ireland and Colombia, and a real battle there for the bronze medal. Well, all the batons, oh no, Great Britain, it all went wrong for them on the last change, but it is Jamaica, United States of America in second place, and Colombia, the home team. Well, the whole of the stadium yet another medal in this World Under-20 Championships.
It's a world record. We have a World Under-20 record broken by the Jamaicans, and virtually nothing went wrong. The 100-meter champion there, Clayton, she had to have a second look at that final baton change, but she still scooted up the home straight to take the gold medal. And when you consider the delays and everything else, what a performance that is. And Colombia, well, they are delighted because they have picked up the bronze medal. Another medal for Colombia at these championships. Two silvers in individual events, and now they have a bronze in the relays.
Well, when you see scenes like this, it's very hard not to smile. We're just hearing that United States in second place. That was a national record for them. Oh my goodness, all the athletes who have come through that US system, who've been on those US teams. The same can be said for Jamaica. For these two squads to be the fastest in history, well, we've seen something quite special here this evening. Well, there you go. That is confirmation. 43.28. Well, the future of sprinting in Jamaica and the United States, it looks in safe hands, doesn't it?
But it is a rather good squad, isn't it? Let's be honest.
That is a good time for a senior squad. That's the sort of time that would get you up there challenging for the medals in the equivalent of the World Championships for seniors. Let me just say that again. That is a good enough time to win a medal at the World Championship.
Now, as you have seen from the video, you can easily tell that Jamaica are the best sprinters in the world. No negotiation, and that is the truth of the matter. You can imagine how a small country like Jamaica is competing with countries like America. And despite of being a small country, they win the race and they have the gold. This shows how much Jah has blessed this country of Jamaica. Look at someone like Clinton. She was totally composed all over the race and finally won the race. Clinton won this race with a lot of confidence. She had a lot of confidence. She won this race at a very high speed of 10.8 seconds. That is 100 meters. She's very young when you can tell the age, but you can imagine in 3 or 5 years, how will it be? So, we have very many Clintons there in Jamaica. Will other country beat them? It is not easy. You can imagine this under 20 race. Now, if you can give these people around 5 years to come, other countries like America, will they have a chance to compete with the Jamaicans? No. That is a clear truth that you don't want to hear from this video. So, we must say that Jamaica are the best. These people, they discover talents, sprinters, while they are still very young, at tender age. This is not a genetic issue. It is realizing and knowing a child while she or he is still very young. So, as you have seen, we believe Jamaica are the best because up to now we can tell the truth that Jamaica are the best because in 100 meters, in 200 meters, in 4x4 meters, there is no any other country in this world that can beat Jamaica. And you can imagine if people like Clinton, they're still very young, and we have others who have not yet realized, how will it be? These people, they can rule the world. In sprinting, already they are. So, what is good? Let's give it a point. Jamaica are the best sprinters. And we have seen from the race that Clinton, she has won. So, you can just ask yourself, despite this country having a low population of 3 million, they are doing the best like this. What if there will be many in population? And what if they will be having fundings? Because this country has no funding when it comes to terms of salary of money. The funding is very minimal. You cannot compare Jamaica funding with America funding. America, they have a lot of fundings in sports. Yet Jamaica, they don't have this plenty of money that they can fund in sports, like in sprinters like Clinton and others. So what if they have enough funding? Will we be able to compete with them? No. So we salute you, Jamaicans, for good things that you are doing. You are the best and you remain to be at the top. At the moment, no one like Jamaica. And I believe as time goes, if funding will be available, I don't think the second, like today, American got the other chances, but I don't think they'll be having any chance from top 3. I don't think so. Thank you so much, my people from Jamaica. I love you so much. Kindly like, share, and comment this video. And if you have any comment or you have a suggestion, kindly please feel free and subscribe. I'm ready to hear from you. Thank you.